everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back to another recording of Hearthstone. So, we need to get 2 victories between the Shaman and the Warlock. I'm gonna focus on the Warlock. Then I would need to get 1 more victory. So if I can get a Warlock and a Shaman victory, or just a Warlock and a Warlock victory here, then I could then flip the script and play as my priest deck, which might win a little bit easier and faster. And we'll be done with this recording. I'm not particularly thinking that we're absolutely going to go into a 4th recording. It wouldn't be terrible if we did. And then I am also still uploading and actually downloading right now. I'm doing terrible about managing my internet. But so far, the uploading didn't really affect the gameplay that much. Slow it down.
Job's done.
That would be one thing in the future, is maybe getting a dedicated second internet, just so I could say this one is solely dedicated to uploading videos, but it really doesn't work that way. You can't, in a house in particular, but really even in an office, you can't really get 2 separate internets because they just get merged back into the main local router, and that's where congestion will start. That's where your bottleneck will be. Yeah, for something like that to really work, you would effectively need a two internets, an internet A and an internet B, with just no wires crossing whatsoever until the server point. So double the entire infrastructure of the internet, basically, and that's not gonna happen anytime soon. Do this. Do I want to power this guy up, or do I just want to kill this guy? Let's just kill this guy.
As the master wishes.
So, instead of getting 2 internets, which really wouldn't help anything as far as the way the internet works, or at least my small understanding of how the internet works, the real solution would be to get faster uploads and downloads. And I probably should, but I don't have a real reason to right now. You can actually get away with an amazing amount of stuff.
Why do you call?
I'm freed from
Smaller
the curse,
on a slow
as
internet
the
connection.
master wishes.
Just go ahead and kill that.
Done.
So, if I don't get any other card to play, I'm gonna play this and then this. I can't do 7. So we'll do this. Can't do that. So smack to the face.
Take this
Smack to the
blade.
face. Power up.
Job's done.
That'll make me 6, 12. So, Dreadsteed's gonna work pretty well with the Anima Golem if I play that. Let's see, play this. there's still a chance that I'd lose. Definitely
I've
still a
got the
chance.
beast in my sight.
So play this. Attack this. Boy, I just lost, didn't I?
Job's done.
Totally just lost. Wow. I must have not been paying attention or something. Because I went from thinking I was gonna win to realizing I had lost in my own turn. It goes to show I don't understand Hearthstone. I'm not paying enough attention and I don't have a full grasp of how everything works. Because if I was a better player, 100% see all of that. And yet, I didn't. Just rubbing it in. Is just rubbing it in. I don't know if I have anything else to really talk about today either. This is the problem. Even trying to do 3 recordings in the same day is not. I talked about contrast already, but I am still burned. We've had a run here of Contrast and Child of Light. Just, I liked Contrast in a lot of ways. It was just too short, and I feel kind of cheated, in a sense, not satisfied with that game. And I'm gonna definitely wait before the makers of that game, their new game that they're coming out with, We Happy Few. I'm gonna wait for that and see what that's about before I hop in blindly, just to make sure it's long enough and has enough gameplay elements. We finally, not me, but finally somebody has seen some gameplay and actually played some gameplay of Mankind Divided, which they are really close, I think, to the release date for them to be just now
Job's done.
letting players. It looks like the game looks alright so far from what they showed, but it sounds like they're going to be working right up to the release date. And that is really, really confusing. Here's a game that very much seems like they're going to be working till the last second to get out, and yet one of their stupid augment your pre-order things was the game was going to be released 4 days early. So yeah, that doesn't make sense. I have no evidence to the fact, but I suspect we might run into another Batman situation here where the game is going to be not polished and broken when it first comes out, and they're going to be hoping very much on a day 1 patch being the savior of it. Let's see.
Did you bring some fish?
Job's done.
I guess I could have summoned this and then summoned that instead, but I don't think that would have helped any. But yeah, the gameplay doesn't look like terrible. One of the things they talked about how they really are worked on the gun mechanics, so it's not their focus that stealth will be really the only way to play the game. I think since it's really the 4th in a series now, they can't really go too far away from stealth, but I don't know. What I imagine they should do if they want to stop it being a stealth game, because it is de facto it is a stealth game right now, and the series has to stay true to that as long as we're playing as that character. So if they want to have Deus Ex games that aren't stealth games, they should make it its own spin-off series, not following that character. Like The Fall could have been a runaround, run and gun version of that, quite easily, considering the character you're playing in The Fall is a army guy. But I think you have to take all the stealth elements almost completely out. Maybe just give takedowns and that's it.
What to do?
Let's see. Kill this guy. That does that. Kill this guy. Does that. We kill this guy. In the turn. Ah. Took me a while to figure that out, but I got it done. Let's see. This would be a 7/7. So let's go ahead and do this. And
Elements I like. Totems I love.
Job done.
can't do anything else, unfortunately. You know what's kind of funny is now, after all that talk and wanting and desire to play Borderlands, I must have played some game. Maybe it was Deus Ex, maybe it was just getting into other games in general and recording them, where I don't have a super like motivation to play it. So I guess if you don't, I guess for me, if I don't fulfill my desire to do something fast enough, on a rare occasion it will go away, but I still want to do Borderlands. I mean, I have to. I don't have to, but I effectively should. I bought the game, and we are in this situation of trying to play the games we bought.
Greetings from beyond the grave.
So let's go ahead and kill all of our characters.
There's little time.
I think one reason why I should do Borderlands, pretty simple too, is that it is the one series that since I've played it and know it very well, it is the one series that I can be certain isn't going to turn into another situation of me just
Greetings from beyond the grave.
thinking a series was going to take like a couple months to record, and then I turn around and find out it actually only took at most 1 month. Let's go ahead and just end our turn here. There's no real motivation to kill this guy right now. I can inspire again unless he kills this guy. And even if he does kill this guy, that doesn't change anything. Ooh, Wind Fury and attack would be a nice combination. Let's see. If we do this, 2 to 3 damage, still's not gonna really change anything. Well, yes it will.
Hey, I can see my house from here.
There we go. So, we attack this. Kills that guy. This. And then this in the face. This might turn things around. I wonder if they intentionally are leaving this here.
I must
I don't think
safeguard
so.
the land.
It wouldn't be terrible if there was a visual representation
Fine,
of
I'll heal.
when the rope is going to take less time, but I don't think that really matters.
Seriously?
Let's see. Whenever you play a card, summon a flame Azeroth. We'll just go ahead and kill this guy fast. That's a pretty bad combination here. This guy gives him a spare part, which is an easy to play card. And let's see. Do I have enough? I don't believe I do. If 4 plus 4 is 8, plus this is going to be 14, plus that is 17. It's not enough. Let's see what we can do with it. Alright. This will kill this one.
Seriously?
And
There's little
I'll
time.
one.
let's see. This.
Yeah.
This. And then end the turn. Well, I at least slowed down his
You're in
victory.
trouble now.
Not by much. If I had just one more character, I would have won then. Heal me.
Job's done.
gonna win, am I? I think we might just end this episode without achieving all the victories. We are making, particularly this week, I got that 100 gold victory, which is always nice for 7 victories. So we're gonna be close to 4,000 gold. So even though I've been rooting against a new expansion for Hearthstone, Hearthstone gets me views, and you know what? I would be happy to get some more views. So now I'm starting to think, you know what wouldn't be bad for my
We
channel
must cleanse
if they
the
came out
Sunwell.
with a new Hearthstone expansion. He's gotta take me out. Shaman's not doing very good. Shaman needs a deck rebuild. I probably should do that. I just don't know what I need to do. So we're at 3,855 now. We'll be at 3,900 with the 100 alone, and we'll be at 4,015 with the other 60 quests. So I don't know what has
Well done.
happened here that's
Versus
allowed me to get
Throw.
gold so much
For
faster.
Doomhammer, your soul shall be
Maybe
mine.
it's because I'm not doing the arena runs, and maybe, yeah, it's almost certainly that, isn't it? Well, I have no cards to play. That goes to show a problem with this deck just to begin with. If I can't play anything.
Will regret this.
What can I do?
Feel my pain.
So, I think inherently it is better just to eat this, because this special ability doesn't help me. And that does get you a 7/6 on your 3rd turn, which is quite a massively strong demon. Of course, Hex doesn't help.
Fine, I'll heal.
In that turn.
Did you bring some fish?
Destroy it and give it. Let's see, discard a card and deal 4 damage. Or destroy a friendly minion.
Fine, I'll wand.
We'll attack this and discard a card. And then we'll draw a new card. Job done. For free. That worked pretty well. Watch some people on YouTube cover keep talking and nobody explodes.
Overtime.
The way that requires at least 2 people to play the game is almost guarantees I'd never be able to cover it, and honestly, I think its main concept is not as good as you would really think. Want these two? Oh man, that worked the exact opposite way. I was hoping it would go.
A paltry task.
Job done.
The game itself looks fine, but I don't think it gets super complicated. People had described it who had played it at like shows, like E3 and stuff, said it was super complicated. And the way it's complicated is through its description and its instructions in its manual. The actual bomb is pretty simple, and I think it would not actually work if you tried the other direction. Let's see.
I don't like this place.
So yeah, that's another game that they needed to have thought of a single player mode, and it's not hard actually. The entire concept of that could easily be turned into a single player mode. You could just have the manual next to you in the game, reading it, and since the manual doesn't seem to change that much, then it seems very much like you would start to learn the patterns and figure out how to solve it.
Small in size, huge in evil.
So if he knows how this card works, he's gonna kill this guy, and then, I mean, he's looking at the card. You can see he's looking at the card, reading it. This card should not be in my deck. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's like a 10th turn play to do summon this, then destroy it to do damage to all the enemies. Alright, Implosion. Deal 2 damage to a minion. Draw a card, I guess.
Job's done.
End the turn. Yeah, I don't know what else to do. I'm falling into kind of a melancholy now. It's just I have to keep from getting distracted. I have to keep up the production of shows. In theory, I could cut back on the number of recordings I released. I don't feel like I should do that. I feel like that's a admission of defeat. Oops. Well, we're gonna lose that anyways. The new things I should do, or different things I should do, are the real question marks. I don't have an idea. But I get a lot of people that make stupid suggestions in my life because they don't understand what YouTube is. They're like, they don't see it as a real job, and they don't see or think that the work I am doing is worth it, so they'll give you dumb things like go work at McDonald's. And what is really stupid about that is that I'm way more educated, work experienced, and qualified for
Victory or death!
jobs way
Your
above
soul
McDonald's.
shall be mine!
But they, I mean, it's an insult. It has to be an insult. You know, in just, I'm surrounded by stupid people is part of the problem. And is that you don't tell somebody whose last job was an IT administrator to go work at McDonald's or go work at the corner store. It's ridiculous. You might as well be telling the President of the United States to go work at McDonald's when he's done. And I have worked jobs and they've all ended in the exact same way. It is, the irony of irony is the more I worked at jobs, the less money I had after each one of them. Because there's just so much of bills are way too expensive, and the income, even with raises that you get with time, never catches up with the increase in bills. And cars break down, and gas is needed for jobs, and you need new clothes to look professional. They don't, not expensive clothes per se, but you have to have new clothes. And every job I've had that on paper looks like I would have had more and more, I just got less and less. The more I tried to follow the American dream of owning a home, having 2 cars, having 2.5 children, and a pet, every single one of those things I attempted and failed, and it just doesn't work. That's because mostly that we are in a depression.
What now?
A depression that has been caused by a lot of different factors, none of which are really any one individual's fault.
Here we go!
When you're in a depression, the truth is, it doesn't matter what you can't pull yourself out. Just like it's a problem that's not really any one individual's fault, it's a problem no one individual can fix. The real easiest way to fix it would be like the French did long ago with Marie Antoinette. Just kill all the rich people and redistribute the wealth, and French people aren't all millionaires now because of it. Let's see. What do I want to do here? I guess you would just eat this guy with this guy. There's no reason not to. It would just power him up more. And then we'll go ahead and kill this guy just to make sure. And even if you live a incredibly low consumerist or no consumerist lifestyle, you can't do it. People have told me to go live on communes, and honestly, if I felt a commune would accept a YouTuber, have the internet for a YouTuber to upload and record and the power for computers to record, that might be a solution, but that's not really anything anywhere in the United States that I know of. I don't think anything like that really exists.
You're in trouble now.
Most communists are so busy and struggling to just grow food and build housing and make the bare necessities of life work. Inherently, that is kind of a problem too. An entertainer is not a very high on the needs scale. It's nowhere on the needs scale, really. It's because you don't need an entertainer
Will regret this.
when you're starving to death. Mentally, people do need entertainment, but only after they've pretty much gotten everything else. What was funny about that diagram of the hierarchy of needs is that at the top is contentment, and it's always been my belief for that diagram. You might as well just take contentment and throw it out the window, because I don't think anybody has ever been content in their life. Maybe they can have like one small second where they forget all their problems and be content, but I don't think that is a feeling or position you can be at very long.
The might of storm wind.
And you really can't, because the first thing you need is food. So as a human being, you're gonna need more food, and that's gonna, even if you have food in your refrigerator and you could cook it and eat it, you still have to do those things. But I don't see how I could ever make myself fully content, which is a sad statement, but I mean, it's just the truth. And that in some ways drives me too. If I was content with my YouTube channel, just to kind of change the definition or usage of the word, if I was content with what I've done with my YouTube channel up to this point and didn't want to do any more, well, then I wouldn't do it anymore.
Everyone, get in here!
That
I'm
would
freed
certainly
from the
end my
curse.
channel, and it wouldn't motivate me to grow more.
For the War Chief!
So I don't think my goal particularly in life is to be content, although it definitely is to be more secure. Because right now life is very unsecure, very iffy, and people, I just don't have any kind of support system at all. Is just the truth of it. There's no support system in my life.
Why do you
One right bad thing
Take
happens
this
and
blade.
everything falls apart. One of the sad things about being an adult is you eventually come to a point where you realize people don't care about you. Even the people you thought cared about you start to fall apart, fall into their own lives and move away, and it's just, and they'll say they do and all that, but it's not the same. Like in school, your best friend is your best friend. You see him every day, but once school's out, you stop seeing them, and then that's the end of that. They'll stay your Facebook friend forever, but it's not the same. It's never gonna be the same. People get married, people have kids, and unless you play along with that and get married and have kids to replace all those people you're losing, you're gonna be left alone right now, I don't see a reason why I would want to have kids. That would just be more of a burden.
Mess with Tusker.
And I don't see a reason, like, why I would want to get married, because that would just be more burden. Unless some rich person wants to marry me so I can live off of them. That's about the only way I'd go for that. It's an incredibly difficult situation to maintain a relationship, and I don't know if I have the energy in it myself. Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do here. Okay, so we've got a problem here to get off that incredibly depressive discussion. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. I'm just gonna play offline. We're not getting any victories here, and we're done with this episode. I'm gonna play offline and probably not even come back for a fourth recording. So we know what we're gonna be at, but I'm just gonna take. I think I'm just gonna take the rest of the day off and not record and just play off screen. Anywho, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it and make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.